Hello my crafty friends, how is everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel Turquoise Dreaming. This is Sheree and I'm here today to share with you some vintage sheet bundles that I have in my eBay shop at this time. So if you watch my channel or if you don't and you're new to my channel, I make junk journals and sell them in my shop, and then sometimes I'll put in there accessories like I have in there, or I'm going to call them accessories, like I have in there all, a variety of things at different times, depending on, if it's an ongoing thing or it's a one-time thing, maybe I only have one of the, whatever it is. But like for instance, right now, I know I have some game card packs in there in my eBay shop, and I have some vintage Christmas card packs, things like that. So today I have some vintage sheet packs for you to put, and I'm going to put them in there. And the reason I'm doing a little bit more of this right now is I'm moving my craft room from downstairs to upstairs to a bigger room upstairs. So I want to, you would think, I mean, I thought, like, before I moved up here, moved a lot of things up here, I thought, oh, I'm going to just have plenty of room. I'm just going to be able to just get everything up there. Well, it's a little bit different story once I got everything up here and kind of started getting things the way I want them. Now I'm kind of like thinking, oh, maybe I should reduce some things that I'm not using, right? And I kind of meant to do this all along, but now that I have room to, the thing is I have room up here to organize and to get these things together. So that is really nice. I really enjoyed getting these bundles together because now I have room to do it. If you know what I mean, I can spread out on my table. If you've seen my craft room videos so far where I'm moving things up here, I have a nice big table up here now where I can kind of spread things out and organize besides my craft table, which is not very big. So that I kind of just leave for my actual crafting, and then I have the other table. Anyway, let's get down to business here. Let me show you what I got. So I'm going to have, starting off with these listings, I'm going to have, I'm kind of trying to figure out the best way to do it, but I'm going to have 2 listings. So, well, I think I'll have 3 listings. Let me show you the first listing. So these bundles right here are going to have 7 different sheet pieces in it, right? And then I have one. This one will be by itself. This one is just odds and ends sheet pieces that, like, I had a big stack of sheet pieces where I have either, because I've done this before, done sheet bundles before, and they were sold out like a year or so ago. But now I've done it again, and I have used some of the sheets to craft with. So before, the extra pieces that I had from either selling my bundles or crafting with them are all right here in this one big bundle. And I don't even know how many pieces are in here. A lot of pieces. And they're all different sizes, but they're all good sizes. They're not any little teeny pieces. So I have I made some strips. Well, this one has a strip of a sheet tied around it. And I'm just going to flip through this one real quick since this is going to be by itself. And I'm not going to go over the prices now. If you're interested, just check it out. And then you can see, like, the other bundles are all going to have 7. We're going to count this one right now. I might write it down so I can remember because I haven't really counted it yet. So, and there's duplicates in here. And the other ones, there's no duplicates. Like I said, this is a bunch of random pieces that I had extra. Okay, so I'm going to show you, for example, see how big this is? It's a big piece, okay? So some of them are fat quarter size in this, some of them are bigger than fat quarter, and some of them are smaller fat quarter. So we're going to just flip through so you can see the pattern. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that's all the same pattern. It's like a pink rose white with a pink polka dot in the background. So what I say, 4, 5, And these aren't perfect, okay? You might find a spot, you might find a tear, but it's not a big tear if there is a tear. They're pretty much, I don't know if there's any tears. I probably should say there's a tear. And I did tear them all too. I didn't cut them with scissors when I took them apart. I tore them because I like the frayed edge. So let's start over here. I just want to count right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And see, this is a smaller piece, but this is probably as small as they get. See that? It's still, if you wanted to use this, like if you wanted to make a journal out of this, it's still enough for a cover, and you can make it the size of this sheet and fold it around or whatever you want to do. But that was 6, 7. That's the same pattern. Same pattern. Oh, this is a little bit smaller. See, a little piece, but it's still folded. I'm going to have to count these again. I'm talking too much when I'm trying to count, but I'm just going to show you the patterns right now. Oh, this is the edge. Okay, there are some smaller pieces in here. This is the hem end of a sheet. So the 2 layers that are on the end. See, it has 2 layers. That's what this is, the hem. So there's a lot of fabric here, but it's a hem, as wide as the hem part of the sheet. Okay, so that's that, and it's really pretty, that pattern and the colors here. Really pretty. I'm going to go kind of quick because I have a lot to show you. Here's some more. This one. Several pieces of that one. Smaller, bigger. See, this one folds like that. Nice. That's the same, but almost the same size as that previous one. Pretty blue one. This has blue flowers on it. And there's some of all of these sheets in the packs of 7. Here's a beautiful one, kind of like daisies with the green leaves in the background, white daisies with the pink center, and there's little pink leaves, really beautiful. I mentioned before, I only brought the sheets home if they gave me, like when I saw them, I was like kind of wowed by them. And I remember this one, this is the lemons and limes, like I had never seen a lemon sheet before, so I was like, oh man, that's really cool. It's got lemons on it, and this is a good size piece. I didn't cut the tag off there. It's got the hem end on it and everything, so you can, you can just do whatever you want. Lemons and limes again. This looks like the hem end of it, of that lemon and lime sheet. So you see what I mean by pieces, random pieces. Another piece of that pretty blue one with the blue flowers. A little thread there or something, or a piece of tape. It looks like a piece of tape. I don't know. And then some more of these. Some of this was in the beginning when I first started showing you this little bundle. Okay, and we're not going to go through all the bundles. I'm just going to show you a few and then tell you how I'm going to do the rest of them. So there's that one again, much bigger piece of this one that I have several of. This is this is the first of the yellow one. Yeah, this gave me a real big wow because it's a yellow background. And a lot of them, like this has a creamy kind of beige background or ecru. You saw the one with the blue, that was different. A lot of them have like a white background. This one had yellow, and that really gave me the wow factor because I never found, I think this might be the only sheet I ever found with a yellow background. And then here's another piece of that. The pretty yellow roses with the green leaves. And then here's a little piece of this one here, white. This is just a little piece, see, random piece. Oh, this has even got the hem on it. But I put it in here because you can make a pocket, or maybe you want to fussy cut out some flowers, or, I don't know what you want to do. So I put them all in there. So I'll count them later and try to put the total number in. And you can slow this down and go through it and count it too as I go through it. But yeah, this one's tied with, so this one's going to come just like this because there's so many in here. And, I want to be able to get them into an envelope to mail. And most of these, if I'm going to put them inside of a cellophane bag so they're protected inside of whatever mailing envelope type thing. So I want to make sure I make bundles that I can get into an envelope. So being this has so many, this is how it's going to be. But I will split this in half and be able to get it into like an 9 by 12 type envelope and cellophane, you know what I mean? So I can lay them beside each other, just so you know what to expect. I just try to package the best I can to get everything in one envelope. Sometimes it's a little tight, but that reduces your mailing cost, right? So that's the first one. That one will be by itself. Then I'm thinking of all the rest of them that have 7. I'm thinking of putting them all in one listing, and you will get what you get. You know what I mean? Like if you want 2 bundles, I'll tell you, if you order more than one bundle, I'll try to make them different from each other. You know what I mean? Because some of them are the same and some of them are different, because I didn't have, I have a lot of bundles. I probably have 20 bundles. I haven't even counted all the bundles yet, but I probably have 20. I would say I probably have 20 bundles. I'm looking at them, that's why I'm trying to guess. But of course I didn't have 20 of the same pieces to put in each one, right? I was dividing up several sheets. So let's just look at this one. So this is a piece of a white sheet that I have this one tied up with. Most of them are going to have this white frayed, I'm going to call it, it's sheet, but I'm going to call it white frayed fabric or ribbon. So that ties it up. And then these bundles of 7 are going to come with a little clothespin. This is an old-fashioned clothespin. Let me grab one without fabric on it, just a second. So I wanted to make these a little fun by adding something a little extra than just having a bundle of sheets, right? Which can be interesting, but I just wanted to make it a little bit more interesting. So this is what I'm going to have: a fabric strip or a sheet strip wound around an old-fashioned. Now these are not old, but they're the old-fashioned little clothespins. They're wooden clothespins, and you can do whatever you want with this. You can leave the you can leave the fabric on there, which is a vintage sheet, or use it for use the sheet piece and then use it for some lace or ribbon or something, or craft, make something out of the clothespin. But yeah, a wooden clothespin like that, and I have a wound around here. I took another sheet and tore strips like this. I didn't measure them. I just 1.5 to 2 inches is what I'm going to say they are. And so this is all wrapped around here. And this is what they are: a whole length of a sheet. And I measured it. It's 88. This is approximate. Okay, so because if you measure it and it's 87 inches, you can't be mad at me or anything, because I didn't measure. The sheet they're all from the same sheet. These strips are all from the same sheet. I did one sheet, and I have more sheets to do, but these particular bundles are going to be all from this one sheet, and this is what it looks like. I'm still pulling. I pulled all the strings off, but if you have a frayed edge, you still might have a loose string here and there. So just if you get a loose string, just pull it off. But this sheet looks like this, and it really makes some nice strips. And if you want to use it like ribbon to wrap something up, or cut it up and make it's like this one is wide enough to make little tags out of, or little pockets, or just whatever you might want to do. And you can even I have some that I was using, and they were like this, and I was like, oh, I really want a smaller ribbon, less, like half of the size. So I just took it, made a little snip right here, and tore it in half, so I could have a smaller ribbon instead of the wider ribbon. I'm going to call it ribbon, even though it's vintage sheet fabric, because I'm using it like a ribbon. A lot of times I'll use these like ribbons. So, and you can see how long this is. This is one. And so this is the type of length, 88 inches approximately, or about 2.5 yards is what this is. So, and you can see how pretty, and you can tell, I mean, you can tell that that is vintage, right? I mean, they don't make them like that anymore. They don't look like this when they're brand new. So let me put that to the side. So now this is an example of one of the bundles, and I believe I remember correctly that I put 7 in each one. So I'm going to show you this one kind of in detail, and then I'll show you, let's see, I wanted to show you, yeah, I'll show you 2 more, I think, and then that'll be a good example of all of them. So if you order more than one, what I was saying was I'll make sure they're not both, say you order 2, I'll make sure they're not both this exact same, so you get different, sheets in each bunch. Some may be the same, but some will be different, if you get my gist. Okay, so so these I didn't measure either, but they are either approximately fat quarter size or bigger. Okay, so, and I'm not going to unfold all these, that would take forever. And some of them are most of them are from flat sheets, but I did put somewhere in some of these, the fitted sheets. So, they'll be a little different, and if you need to cut it, it's fabric, you're going to cut it and do what you want with it, right? So anyway, this is the beautiful yellow one I showed you with the yellow background. Look at that. Gorgeous. I just love that one. I love them all. That's why I brought them home. This is the white one with the purple and green. Number 2. Number 3 in this one. So there's no duplicates in these bundles of 7. You know what I mean? In the one bundle of 7, no duplicates. They're all different. I made sure they were all different. Okay, so next one. I think I had a sheet like this when I was a teenager. I think my mom bought me sheets like this when I was a teenager. I really remember these colors and these sheets, something almost like this being on my bed when I was a teenager. My mom bought me some new sheets, and she didn't do that very often. So it's like one time I remember getting new sheets. So it was, special occasion. Actually, it was when I came home from college and my mom had bought me new sheets. So just FYI. Little story there. 1, 2, 3. The bigger flowers are the pinks and yellows. 1, 2, 3. This is a gorgeous one. This really gave me the wow factor when I found this one. Look at that. Yeah, that one is just beautiful. That's number 4. And I love this one too, with the little pink and blue flowers and little green leaves. Just so like sweet and delicate looking. The white background. That's number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6. This is another piece one. This must be another piece one. Okay, that's why. Okay. I thought I only had one piece. This has more than one. Okay, so maybe I'll put this one separate too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These sheets are in the other bundles too, though. That white one with the pink polka dots and the pink flowers. The blue one, a big piece of that blue one. Big piece of that is in this one. And then there's some smaller pieces in this one, okay? That's why this threw me off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, and these are just going to be extra. So I will put this one in the 7. And then this will be a little bonus in this one. So yeah, if you want this one and you're one of the first ones to order, then this one can be yours if you want it. So this one looks like the hem off of one of the sheets. See, I just put the extra pieces in this one, but it will go with the 7s. It'll be the same price as 7s. The other one's going to be a couple dollars more because there's so much in there. The other one, that first one I showed you. Okay, and then this one, this is just a little piece. This is a little piece of the lemons and limes. Another little piece of yellow, or 2 pieces. 2 pieces of the yellow. Yeah, see, just a little piece. Some little scraps are in this one. Okay, but this is going to go in the 7 bundles and be the same prices, because that's just a little bonus in that one. And that's the only one I know that has the bonus. I forgot that I did that. I worked very hard on these, and this took a long time to tear all these up, believe me. That's why I hadn't done it. I just hadn't taken the time since the last time I sold bundles of sheets. This takes time to organize all this. So, when you're busy making journals, sometimes you don't want to take a break from that and work on your sheets. But I don't know, I really enjoyed it this time, and like I said, I have the room to spread out. And so yeah, this one will come with one of these. I'm not planning on putting one of those in the big one because there's so much in there, and I don't want to bulk up that envelope too much. Even that little thing, you would be surprised sometimes, bulks up an envelope. And these are, like, you see the little slot. I started the sheet piece in there and then wound it around and then ended it with a little pin. So there's just a little pin holding it I've collected a lot of these little straight pins from sewing kits, sewing chests, and things that I've bought at thrift stores. So as long as I can find one that I think probably is pretty old, probably vintage, that's what I'll use. So you get a little vintage straight pin. Not that that's a big deal, but just FYI type of thing. So let me put that back with that little bundle with the extra pieces. That will be in with the rest of the 7s. So here is another 7. Here is another sheet, little strip. It's all that same sheet. And let's look at this one. It's another, like I said, most of them have the white sheet ribbon. So this is what's in this one. You've got this pretty bright colored one here. 1, 2, the little pink and blue flowers. 2. This is a gorgeous one too. This one, I don't know if I think I did show you that one. Some pieces of this in the first bundle. Gorgeous colors on that. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Doesn't that look so vintage? Oh, this looks like it might be one of the, this is one of the, because they're harder to fold. This is one of the fitted sheets. It has some of the, I didn't cut off the corner. See, there's the corner. So you can cut that however you want. That's why it's a little harder to fold those. Did the best I could, but they're a little kind of odd shaped. So that's why it looks a little like it's not folded perfect like the other ones. But see, there was 7 in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is an example of the 7 piece bundle of sheets. And let me tie this back, and I'm going to show you 2 more just because I want you to have a good idea of, because it's kind of you're seeing it, but you don't know exactly which one you got because it would take too long for me to list these individually. And there's a little clothespin with that one. I haven't done all the clothespins yet, but if it's, I'm going to work on that, and then that, it'll definitely be in your bundle. If I have to make it when I'm shipping it out, I'll still be making them. You know what I mean? But I'm going to work on it and see if I can get them all made because I'm going to tell you why in a second. Let's just go through this one real quick. 1. Now that you've seen them all, you've seen an example of all of that sheets. So I'm going to go through real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know what this one was? This one was a fitted sheet, but it was so beautiful. It was just so retro. This one, I had to get it because my rule is I only get the flat sheets. But that one I made an exception for because I just love I don't know if it's probably from the 70s, and I just loved it so much. I had to get it. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Sometimes you got to make exceptions to break your own rules, right? That's probably the best rule to break, your own rules, because then you don't get in trouble. Okay, So, and there's the little spool, Is this a spool? I thought that would be fun. And then here's the one. I don't have any more spools made up yet. I just made enough for this video, and then I'm going to work on some more. But I wanted to get these in my shop and a thread. So let's look through this one. This is the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I love the butterflies on here. And 7. This one has a lemon and lime, little lemons and limes on it. So yeah, that is that one. And so 7 pieces in each of the bundles that are going to be in this listing. I'm going to count, see how many I have, and I'll put that number in the listing, how many I have, and so you'll be able to get whatever, as many as you want. And then they will all come with that little spool of fabric ribbon. And then once I get a spool, because I have more sheets I can do for the spools, but the spools were made out of all of one sheet. None of the sheet that I made into the fabric ribbon are in these bundles as like fat quarters or whatever you want to call them, pieces of fabric. I only use that sheet to make the fabric ribbon. So all the fabric ribbon, that's quite a lot. If you make a fabric ribbon out of all one sheet, you have a lot of fabric ribbon. So my point is, I'm going to put one with each of these bundles, and then whatever's left of the fabric ribbon. I have plenty of clothespins. I'm going to put them all on clothespins. I should have enough clothespins to do all the whole sheet and get them all wrapped around a clothespin. Then I'm going to have another listing with just these. If you just want some fabric ribbon, I'm going to have these, but listed by themselves. However many I can make out of that one sheet. I'm going to get that one all done, and so whatever is left from after I get one with all of the sheet bundles, I'll put the rest in a separate listing. So I'll have one listing for the big bundle of all the extra pieces and scraps and things, and then the 7 bundles plus even the one that has a little bonus pieces. It's going to be with the 7 bundle listing, so that's 2 listings, and then there'll be a third listing with the extra ribbons that are wrapped around a wooden spool like this. And I have plenty of straight pins, so if I run out of vintage ones, I'll just use my straight pins. And I even have a lot of glue pin, art glitter glue pins. I might even dig into those. So you never know, you might get a stainless steel art glitter glue pin, and those are new. So, and they're longer too. Usually the vintage straight pins I have are a little shorter. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I really enjoyed getting this together for you, and something I've been wanting to do for a long time and just hadn't done it. So this is just the motivation, and I love organizing, so this was kind of an organizing thing, and so I should have done it a lot sooner, but really I would have had to, where I could do it in my craft room now, I would have had to do it downstairs in my bedroom or in the dining room, and spread out. So this was nice to have space here to work on this. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the little extra fun piece I put in here. And, just something different, because the last time I just did the sheets, and while they sold, I just kind of wanted to make it a little bit more fun for everybody. So stay tuned for my next, this is technically a D-stash, because, it just is. And so stay tuned for my next D-stash, which is probably going to involve fabric, and I am going to make some more linen and doily bundles too. I just wanted to give you a little variety and not the same thing every week. And usually I'm going to have it together by the weekend. So, look for my crafting during the week and my Thrifty Thursday, and then my little D-stashes on the weekends. And of course, this is something that'll be in my shop until it's gone. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day.